Hello, and welcome back to Everyday English Lab, your space to build confidence and learn English at a comfortable, natural pace. I'm Mark, and I'm very glad you're here. In this episode, I'll speak slowly. I'll use clear, simple words. I will also repeat ideas so that you can easily follow my voice, practice your speaking, and build your confidence step by step. Today we will talk about how to describe your day in English, not just with short, simple words, but with full, clear sentences. What do you do in the morning? What happens in your afternoon? What is your evening routine like? By the end of this episode, you will have the tools to talk about your day in English using clear and natural sentences. Let's begin. Why your day is the perfect English practice. Why is it so important to practice talking about your daily routine in English? It is important because your day is real. It's something that happens to you every single day. You know it well. You don't need to search for words or ideas. You don't need to talk about difficult topics like history, science, or politics. You just need to talk about your own life. You can say what time you wake up. You can say what you eat for breakfast. You can say if you go to work or if you stay at home. You can say how you feel, tired, busy, happy, or relaxed. And here's the best part. When you describe your own day, you are practicing real, useful English. It is English that you can use with other people in real-life conversations. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. When you talk about your day, you begin to think in English. You begin to speak more naturally. You start to use simple, complete sentences. You stop translating in your head from your native language. And you start to feel more confident when speaking. Imagine you're meeting someone new. They ask you, "What did you do today?" If you have practiced talking about your day before, you can answer easily. You can say, "I woke up at 7 a.m. I went to the office. I drank coffee and answered my emails. In the evening, I cooked dinner and watched a movie." That is a full conversation. That is real communication. And that is our goal. Even if you are alone, even if you're not in an English class, even if you're shy, you can still practice speaking English by talking about your day. So, whenever you don't know what to say, start with something simple. What did I do today? What time did I wake up? What did I eat? Where did I go? What did I do this evening? These are great questions. They help you remember vocabulary. They help you build strong English habits. They help you think in full sentences without stress. You can do this in the morning to talk about yesterday. You can do this in the evening to review today. You can even record yourself on your phone and listen back later. The key is to keep it simple. Use the English you already know. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. One sentence today, 2 sentences tomorrow, and a whole story next week. So today, let's build that skill together, step by step, word by word, one real sentence at a time. Your morning routine. Okay, let's start at the beginning of the day, the morning. Morning is a very important part of your day. It sets the mood, it gives you energy, and it's a perfect time to speak and think in English, even for just a few minutes. Now, let's practice some simple morning sentences together. Repeat each one slowly, just like shadowing. Let's go. I usually wake up at 6:30. Now you repeat. Sometimes I wake up a little later, around 7 o'clock, especially on the weekends. Now you repeat. If I don't get enough sleep, I feel very tired the next morning. Now you repeat. I stay in bed for a few minutes and plan my day in my mind. Now you repeat. I like to stretch my body and yawn to wake up. Now you repeat. Then I sit up slowly and get out of bed. Now you repeat. I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth. Now you repeat. I always wash my face with cold water. Now you repeat. It helps me feel awake and fresh. Now you repeat. Sometimes I take a quick shower in the morning. Now you repeat. When I shower, I like to listen to happy music or an English podcast. Now you repeat. After my shower, I dry my hair and put on my clothes. Now you repeat. I like to wear something comfortable like jeans and a sweater. Now you repeat. Next, I go to the kitchen to make my breakfast. Now you repeat. I usually eat a bowl of cereal with milk and a banana. Now you repeat. Sometimes I have toast with butter and an egg. Now you repeat. I like to drink a strong cup of coffee. Now you repeat. Coffee gives me energy for the day. Now you repeat. While I'm eating, I sometimes listen to the news. Now you repeat. Other days, I just enjoy the quiet. Now you repeat. Before I leave the house, I check my phone. Now you repeat. I'll look at the time in my messages. Now you repeat. I pack my bag with my keys, my wallet, and my phone. Now you repeat. Then I put on my shoes and open the door. Now you repeat. Great job. Now, let's practice with a short story. I will tell you a short story about my morning routine. You can listen, then pause after each sentence and try to repeat it. Ready? Let's begin. My morning usually starts at 6:30 a.m. You repeat. I feel much better when I wake up early. You repeat. The first thing I do is get out of bed and drink a big glass of water. You repeat. Then I go to the bathroom and wash my face and brush my teeth. You repeat. After that, I take a quick warm shower. You repeat. I always listen to my favorite music in the shower. You repeat. It helps me feel happy and ready for the day. You repeat. I go to my kitchen and make a cup of black coffee. You repeat. Then I eat my breakfast. You repeat. I usually have an omelet with cheese and some fruit on the side. You repeat. While I eat, I sit by the window and look at the trees outside. You repeat. I like this peaceful time in the morning. You repeat. Before I leave for work, I pack my bag. You repeat. I check my phone to see my schedule. You repeat. Finally, I put on my shoes, open the door, and start my day. You repeat. Your afternoon routine. Now, let's move to the afternoon, the middle part of the day. Many people are busy in the afternoon. Some people go to work. Some go to school. Some stay at home and take care of the house or family. Whatever you do, the afternoon is a good time to use English. Even if you're busy, you can still listen. You can still repeat. You can still practice, even for just 5 or 10 minutes. Let's learn some common sentences together. Try to repeat after me slowly and clearly. After lunch, I go back to work. Now you repeat. Sometimes I feel a little tired after I eat. Now you repeat. I check my emails and answer the important ones first. Now you repeat. I often read messages from my colleagues or classmates. Now you repeat. I usually have a meeting in the afternoon. Now you repeat. Sometimes I meet with my manager to talk about my tasks. Now you repeat. If I work from home, I sit at my desk and open my laptop. Now you repeat. I write reports or work on presentations. Now you repeat. I also look at my calendar to see what I need to do next. Now you repeat. I like to keep my desk clean and organized. Now you repeat. I usually take a short break around 3 p.m. Now you repeat. I drink a cup of tea or a glass of water. Now you repeat. Sometimes I eat a small snack like an apple or a cookie. Now you repeat. I go for a short walk to get some fresh air. Now you repeat. Even 10 minutes outside helps me feel better. Now you repeat. If I have free time, I study English. Now you repeat. I listen to a podcast or watch a short video. Now you repeat. I also repeat phrases out loud to practice speaking. Now you repeat. Before I finish work, I write down what I did today. Now you repeat. This helps me stay organized for the next day. Now you repeat. Now, I will tell you a story about my afternoon. You can listen, pause, and repeat after me. Try to copy my rhythm and tone. This is a great way to shadow and learn. Let's begin. After lunch, I usually go back to my desk to continue working. You repeat. I check all my emails and write a to-do list for the afternoon. You repeat. I often have a video meeting with my team. You repeat. We talk about the tasks we finished in the morning and what we will do next. You repeat. The meetings are usually short, about 30 minutes. You repeat. After the meeting, I take a short break. You repeat. I walk to the kitchen and make a cup of tea. You repeat. I drink it slowly while I stand near the window. You repeat. Sometimes I go outside for a few minutes to get some fresh air. You repeat. If I have some free time, I use it to study English. You repeat. I usually listen to a podcast like this one or read a short story. You repeat. Sometimes I watch a video where the speaker talks slowly. You repeat. I pause the video and repeat the sentences. This is shadowing. You repeat. It helps me speak more naturally and understand better. You repeat. Before I stop working for the day, I write a short summary of what I did. You repeat. I also write one sentence in English about how I feel. You repeat. For example, I finished all my work today and I feel proud. You repeat. This helps me reflect on my day and stay motivated. You repeat. Your evening routine. Okay, Let's talk about the evening and night. Evening is a special time, a time to relax and review the day. Let's repeat some useful sentences. I get home at 6 o'clock in the evening. You repeat. I take off my shoes and sit down for a few minutes to rest. You repeat. I sometimes watch the news or listen to music to relax. You repeat. I cook dinner or I order food if I feel tired. You repeat. I eat dinner at the table with my family. You repeat. We talk about our day and share stories. You repeat. After dinner, I clean the kitchen and wash the dishes. You repeat. Sometimes I go for a short walk after dinner to get some exercise. You repeat. Before bed, I read a book or listen to calming music. You repeat. I take a shower and brush my teeth. You repeat. I go to bed around 10:30 or 11 p.m. You repeat. Conclusion. Your practice is your progress. You have just listened to a full daily routine. You practiced new vocabulary. You repeated full sentences. And most importantly, you try to speak in English. This is real progress. You're not just studying English. You're using English. You're living in English one sentence at a time. Keep building your confidence. Keep practicing your daily routine until it feels easy. Now, come back to this episode often. Listen again, shadow again, and each time try to add more to your story. This is Everyday English Lab. I'm Mark, and I am proud of your effort. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.